National Joint Operational and Intelligence Structure says no lawlessness will be tolerated amid threats of a protest by truck drivers tomorrow. Truck drivers are planning to down tools, and it's expected they will disrupt major transport routes, including the N3 between Johannesburg and Durban. This is over the long-standing issues relating to the employment of foreign drivers in the industry. Atlenda Mati from the operational structure says measures are in place to combat any form of lawlessness.
Multidisciplinary joint law enforcement operations are underway, and law enforcement officers have been deployed and are on high alert to heighten police visibility to prevent and combat any form of criminality. Private security companies through the SAPS's E2 project have also pledged their support in working together to combat criminality. Thus, the NAT Joints assures the nation that no lawlessness in the form of barricading of roads, torching of trucks and looting of goods from those operating will be tolerated.
Speaking of truck drivers, the Mpumalanga Community Safety Department is leading a road safety campaign in Ngodwana outside Mbombela. The focus is on truck drivers, encouraging them to rest if traveling long distances and also to avoid overloading when transporting goods. Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela is following this story for us. Mweli, thanks for making time. How's the campaign going so far?
The campaign is going fine so far, Clement. I can tell you that quite a number of trucks have been coming into this weighbridge. That is where they are checked in as far as the loads are concerned, because the concern from the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison is that once the trucks are overloaded, there is quite a number of possibilities and challenges, especially on the major routes, which include the N4 and the N17. You find that in some of the road crashes, drivers are not being able to control the trucks because they are overloaded, besides the fact that the trucks themselves get damages there and there. But also another element that the department is looking into, Clement, is the fact that the truck drivers themselves, they must rest when traveling those long distances. Maybe after 2 hours of driving, or at least 200 kilometers of driving, then they must rest. Let's take a listen to what the spokesperson of the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison had to say about the importance of this campaign, Clement.
The importance of this road safety campaign is to try and instill in truck drivers the importance of loading their heavy motor vehicles correctly. You will remember overloading is one of the issues that causes not only damages to our road, but it also affects the driver's ability to control their vehicles correctly, even to bring their vehicles to a halt in cases of emergencies. It becomes very difficult when the vehicle is not correctly overloaded. This therefore means the safety of the other road users could be endangered by failure to load vehicles.
So, Clement, another issue that the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison is looking to is the issue of crime and also safety at places like taverns. As you know that it's a long weekend, many people are enjoying themselves. So yesterday there was an operation conducted by the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison, as well as the police. In fact, the MEC as well as the Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Semakaleng Manamela, were part of that operation, and we understand that there were quite a number of arrests that were made because some of the people that are owning those liquor outlets are actually not complying in as far as the opening and closing times are concerned, so they had to be fined and punished actually for that. And also some people being in the country illegally, that's another matter that the spokesperson of the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison, Mweli, had to talk about, to say that there are those people that were actually had to be deported yesterday. Let's take a listen to what he had to say.
There were several people who were arrested for illegal immigrants. We confiscated some of the goods which had expired. They were confiscated by the police. Some of the shebeens and taverns, they were open beyond their normal hours. So it means others were also operating without licenses. So those were accordingly dealt with. Several arrests were made in that regard. So it was quite a successful operation, which was not only meant to enhance law enforcement visibility, but it also meant to try and prevent crime and ensure that people comply with the law.
Mweli Masilela, live to us from Mpumalanga. Thank you for that update. Stay with us here on Newzroom Afrika. We'll be back.